gimmick me? I got him too.
This is
one and done. Okay, get out of here, kid. Scram!
And today, I got the honor of being coached by him. The session began with the first of 5 as he took notes, and through his observations, he was able to give me some advice to help optimize my game. So let's check that out.
Come on, man. This guy didn't even hit me. He just traded with me once, I think. You need to keep watching this Juri.
All right. All right.
So, like, I took a few notes in between rounds and such. Like, a big thing, like, which goes into, like, the first thing that I had asked you, it's like, you know, just make a plan. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Like, having an idea of where you want to go allows you to, like, go back to the plan once you're done and then go, was that the right plan? Or, like, should I adjust my plan, you know? And the reason why I bring that up is, like, you had asked me, like, was that the right thing to do or that was dumb? It's like, it's a long set, so, like, you can afford to lose a round. So if you notice, I didn't check any of your drive impacts, right?
Yes.
It's because I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, I still have all these rounds, you know what I mean? It's like, for me to pay attention to that would open me up to a lot more things. So I'm like, you know, just have it, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to look for that. I tried to take a lot of your throws, but once you started to throw me more, I was like, I can't. And then you notice I started to whiff more.
There's a pattern to them. You start to see the pattern.
Yeah,
yes.
But, like, still though, it's like, it's a matter of, especially in a long set, and I know that your goal is Evo, so it's like, this will, like, make a lot of sense. When you're playing a long set, you can let things go, right? It's like, whatever, I lost a round, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Who cares? But when it's first to 2, it's a bit different. You have to be, like, a little bit, like, you have to, like, start to read a little bit quicker. So when you ask me, was that the right thing to do? It's like, in a long set, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like, you can throw those things out and, like, throw
just to represent
around,
them,
or it works. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But you need to condense it in a shorter set. So in this time, I was like, that's fine. It worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it high risk? Of course.
Yes.
You know, in a long set, you can take more risks, and, like, sometimes that fucks with someone. You know what I mean? They're like, what the hell are they doing? But yeah, no. How did that feel? Like, what was your game plan when you went into it?
My game plan was to try to play with my heavy punch more. I'm not very good at that spacing for heavy punch, getting it out there. I feel like I revert further back, and I try to do things like like a drive rush. I try to drive rush a lot. I also do crouching medium into drive rush, even on block, and it's bad, and it reveals a lot of the pattern for when I grab, and then you start attacking them all.
Crouching medium kick.
Crouching medium kick. I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like I'm very scared to get into your crouching medium punch range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my plan there was to really try to work around the heavy punches, and then when I started jumping at you and realizing that you were using crouching heavy punch, I then tried to get dive kicks in there, but the first couple of times it failed me.
Yeah.
And then I got punished for it. I don't think I handled Feng Shui Engine very well in this first of 5.
That's hard though. Wait, hold on a second. Do you mean you using it or trying to block
me
it?
Using it?
Okay. I thought your FSC was good. You know what I mean? It's like, FSC at its core, as fancy as it might look, and it does get very intricate, at its core, it should just be an extension of what you already do.
Yeah.
Right? So if you hit medium punch, just do a combo, right? And in fact, I think, like, the weakness of it is, like, long strings on block. And that makes sense because outside of it, you notice, like, a lot of times when, like, you would open me up with stuff like strong, and I gotta guess, right? Strong, and there was a point toward the end, I think it was the second to last round, you did strong, you did medium punch, and then you walked up, and then you hit it late, which caught my tech.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, do that in Feng Shui, you know what I mean? Like Feng Shui, it's a little bit different because you have to, like, think about the type of person you're playing. It's like if they mash, you can keep your strings tight. If they don't mash, you kind of have to stagger, kind of like that, right? But like your feng shui was fine. Like you had the save. You had the safe jump. You pressured well. Your control was good. It was fine.
So my experience with Feng Shui Engine is, so I play a lot of my community a lot. And obviously they see my tricks, and then as soon as they know, hey, on the safe jump, just go for the grab, right? And then they tech the grab. I kind of, I don't know if I do the same thing every time or something, but that situation there, I kind of lose my feng shui. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to capitalize on this anymore. I got hit, I got knocked down, and now I'm at the last second and a half of my feng shui engine, and all I got out of it was a safe jump, and they didn't even DP on wake up.
Yeah.
So,
about that, just real quickly, it's like, you might have gotten screen positioning though too. You know what I mean? You got the knockdown, you moved them toward the corner, which is great. It's like, if that's all you got, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to accept that. That sometimes you're not going to get as much as you want to, or you're not going to close a round. And like when you accept that, you're not frustrated when it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? It's just, that's how it is. You know what I mean?
yes.
You were about to ask?
No, that's good stuff. I've been told by two amazing players. I think you recall Trilogy.
Yes, of course.
And my other friend Danny, who's an amazing player.
The Guile, right?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, he's great.
They both told me, I think you went too far down the FSE rabbit hole. They both told me that. So I think that means in situations where I should have went for the level 3 to get my meter back, or I could have had a route to kill instead. I went for the level 2. So I got to work on that as well.
So I'm the worst person to ask about that. You know what I mean?
Because you
I
only use
go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
There's like very specific parts where I won't go for it. But like in my point of view, if I can close a round off and I trust my combos, if I could close it off with 2 bars, I'd rather that than 3. You know what I mean? But like you were right in that case. Like you should have popped the level 3 to get your drive gauge back. You were right about that, you know? And that's really, really cool because I burned myself out a lot. So it's like, that's a point where it's like, oh yeah, he's right. I shouldn't do that either. You know what I mean? I should have popped the level 3 there too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have. I would have burned myself out.
I mean, you're the FSC master.
I look at it like someone's got to eat crap, so that we learn like how to not eat crap in like a month or 2 months. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I notice, so I do fireball from like around this range. Let's say I have one, I do it here. Right? The recovery on that is so long, like I'm gonna get hit, right? Obviously that was a bad guess, right? I see players like Uma doing fireball here. Like, where did you get the audacity, sir? Explain to me, like, what's the difference between what I'm doing and what he's doing? Obviously, besides the many other things, obviously. But like, what does he accomplish in the round that allows him to feel comfortable doing this?
All right. So a few things. If you throw one, and I'll block. If you look there, you're minus, but you're still safe, right?
Yeah.
I can't attack you there. So like that's fine. But what's cool about it too is that if you have 2 stocks, you can confirm that, right? You could do like.
So I could do heavy into the medium.
Yep.
If you block it, mind blocking for me?
Yeah, cool.
Oh, too far away. So like, but if you block, don't do the second one.
Yes. So like that's something to work on, because a lot of times, and this is like a big strength of Juri, is that if I have like 3 bars, I don't want to drive rush and burn, right?
Yes.
But I have a feeling you're gonna walk back. So like, what do? Most people will do like, you know, like that and just be done with it, right?
Yep.
You know, but like if you have stores and they see the walk back, right?
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you can get even more off of that without using your drive gauge. And you know, once you work it up, you should be able to confirm that.
Okay. Absolutely. This is 100%. If you don't block the heavy punch, then I do this. If you do block the heavy punch, I stop at fireball.
Yep.
That's that.
And like, what's cool about it too is that you can't cancel unless the fireball touches me, right? So, for an example, can you like jump and then hit like a heavy punch?
Oh.
And as
Like
you
that?
land, yeah. Yep. So like, you see how I can't cancel that because I'm too far away, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, let's do it again. Oops.
Yes.
See, I tried to, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
But try it again. Whoops.
I get you closer.
So, yeah, so what's cool about it, right, is like, let's say you try to do it and you fail, it's like, you're still safe, right? If they block, then you're still safe. But there are times when, like, if you can jump and hit a light this time. Let's try it again. Do a crouching light, I'm sorry. So like if we were to do that, you can do the light into medium, and if they block, you're too far away. If it hits, it brings you a bit closer, and then you should be in range to do that. So it's kind of an option select, because from like here, like if it's too far away, whoops, I can't go backwards. I forgot we're in the training room, right? Do a crouching one. Oops, good. The trades, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you block this, just block. It won't work because I'm too far away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you counter hit, sometimes it brings you closer, which is nice. So like, if you're like here and you think that they might hit a button, there's like no risk just to throw it out because I'm far away, right? Whoops.
To throw out what? Standing medium or crouching medium?
Look, it doesn't matter. It's like if you intercept a person's button, a lot of times it will bring you closer, so that you can like
connect that.
Try to do it. Yep. So that might be what he's trying to do, and like that goes into like a big like. It's like a hard concept to talk about, so like I'm gonna wait a bit to talk about it, because it's a concept that like will help you like improve even after this. It's like how you'll look at your gameplay and such. But the first thing I wanted to like bring up to you is like a lot of the things that you're talking about is, and I say this with like love, this is the trap with this character, right? People will learn them and they get to a certain point and then they get stuck. It's because it's like they got to this point doing a game plan and it works and it still works and it will work, but it's not consistent because, as you said, once they see what you're doing, like, now what do? You don't have a plan B. You don't have a second plan. So my plan toward the end, I was like, oh, you parry a lot, I'm gonna start to throw you more. You know what I mean? And like that was my adjustment. But I think a lot of juries, they get caught up in this like feeling of just right?
Yes.
Right.
That's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. But like, I'm not saying it's bad because like that's what she's good at. Like that's her strength. That's what everyone complains about when they talk about it. They're like, this character is annoying. I'm always in range to be hit by that. And with Drive Rush, I'm halfway across the screen. Now I'm in the corner. It's annoying. But there's like a few things that you could like do to increase the effectiveness of that, right? And it comes down to like the game plan, right? And just asking questions about it. So there was a point in which you DP'd and I hit you with that, right?
Yeah.
That was like a happy accident, but my whole point was just to make you whiff it. But it hit you, which was fine, right?
Yeah.
But like, I had a read on you. I was like, he's gonna DP here. I know it, right? And this conversation that we have a lot is the most important part. It comes back to your game plan, and having a conversation with your opponent is like important, right? So
I feel like I'm not having that conversation, to be honest with you.
I don't think so, and it's not because it's like you. Juries don't have conversations because they don't need to. They just bulldoze, right?
I see.
They don't need to because this is so strong, right?
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
But what happens when that stops working? And then they go, well, it's not working now.
I started doing this to you. I started going like this.
Yep.
And then this, like.
Yep. And like the next thing too is like you saw, like I wasn't willing to do this. I wasn't trying to hit buttons and everything. I wanted to see what you were doing, right?
Yeah.
That was me saying, you talk. I want to see what you got to say, you know? And the reason why I say that is because if you block this here, it's like this here. That's me going, what do you got to say? You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right? And if you hit a button after like this and you get hit there, I can see that it said counter hit. So that's my tell that you try to hit a button. But if you try to jump and you got hit here,
there's no counter hit.
Exactly. So I know that you tried to jump, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have to say anything. I'm getting the feedback. And I think that that's an important thing. And that opens up the game, and that will help you like answer the question of, was that smart for me to do? It's like, what did your opponent say?
I have a question.
I blocked a lot, so overhead's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
Should I set a bot to, after X amount of blocks, to either jump, press a or what's the other one? Okay, yeah, jump or press a button and then do this like you just said, and then look for the counter hit or the no counter hit, and then train my brain to say, okay, we got a counter hit, that means he pressed. We didn't get a counter hit, that means he jumped. What should we do?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah. So making drills for yourself when you're like, oh, I need to learn this thing here. It's like, that's important, right? Like before we jumped on, I was doing drills because I needed to learn something. You know what I mean?
Nice.
There's something that I was like, I need to like get better at this. I'm tired of screwing it up, right? And it's something that's going to take me like a week to 2 weeks to really get it down, but like I gotta start, right? But like that's important, like what you just said. You're like, here's a problem that I have, or here's a point of improvement. It's like, okay, how do I get there? And like you're like, oh, I know how to get there. All right, great. Like, so it's like you have the tools to get better, which is good.
I have to detect the counter hit symbol or not, and I have to and the part that I'm not doing right now currently is assessing the information and saying, where do I go from here? I do notice patterns, but those patterns that I do notice, they happen in my auto drive or whatever you call it. My autopilot. They happen in my autopilot.
Yep.
So it's not like I've ever questioned in a match, oh, he's doing this, gotta start doing this. I gotta do that.
Yeah.
Another thing that I fail at is this. I get zero use out of this concept in this game.
What do you mean you get no use out of it? Like, it doesn't work? Or
It doesn't work.
Get it?
It does not work for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it at the wrong distance. Maybe I'm not understanding what's the goal of this. I definitely need to go back and watch a video on it because it's in a video for sure.
Yeah.
That's already in my agenda.
That's strong as hell. Like it's super strong and it's cheap, right? It's cheap in two ways. One, it's strong, right? Two, it's like it's one bar. It's really good.
Yeah.
And from that, it opens up so much because like you also could just do this, right?
Yeah.
And just block.
Yeah.
So
teach me your ways. Teach
so,
me how to think about this, please.
So it's a matter of like what you want to do and like what your opponent wants to do. So if you remember in our set, you tried it, you would throw it, but you didn't chase it. I walked backwards to bait you. Yeah. But you never did a chase because if you chase it, I have an answer for it.
You know why I didn't chase it? Because you see what just happened? How I did this and then I ended up in front of it. You see how I ended up in front of it? This happens a lot. Where like, so I'm clearly not doing it at the right range.
But that's fine though, because if you do it again,
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
if I try to stop you,
you get hit by it after me. I know. Yeah. That's happened a few times for sure.
It's a shield. You know what I mean?
It is a shield. So let me think about this. So I do this, right? You block it. Say you block it. I see a lot of times people will parry it, right?
Yes.
They parry it, and then I go for a grab, and then I'll either get grabbed out of it or I'll get counter hit. So,
do you know why you're getting grabbed out of it?
No, I think I'm too late, right?
Your grab was too early.
Oh yeah, the grab's too early because I'm 2 plus. 2 plus on this. Yes. Yes.
Yep. Oh no. If you try to throw, and the fireball just hit me, your throw will go right through me, right? Because I'm still blocking the fireball.
Yes.
Also, you're 2 plus from the strong too. So it's like, why not do a jab then, right?
Oh.
And if you do a crouch jab, this is a complete mix, right? So it's like, I can throw you or I can hit strong.
Okay, so if I do block this, please. So if I crouch jab, or no, this one right here, it was that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That into that.
Yeah. I can't. I will.
So what am I? I'm +5 here.
Yep. So that will beat me out completely.
Why not this?
If you do that, it's fine. The reason, all right, so like I tend to do this a lot, right? The reason why is that most people will try to walk backwards after you block this, right? So block this and then walk backwards once you block it, right? Right? So if they walk backwards, there is information there, right? It's a frame move. It's a frame move, frame trap, and if I don't see a counter hit, that means they tried to walk backwards or jump. So I'll go, oh, they walk backwards. Okay, cool. You know, and then I might try to do this instead, right? Because I have a read.
You have a read
On them.
So let me get this straight.
Or as we said.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay. This is cool. Let me get this straight. So we're throwing this out. We're going. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're going in with the.
Okay. So if you do it again. Oops. You were a bit late on that. Okay.
I see. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to grab you.
Too far.
Too far. Okay.
Yeah.
Too
Try
late.
to grab again. Oh, if you want to grab, that should work still. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, am I should be. Why do you keep getting closer to me? Is it because this is the range? Is it because this is the range I should be doing it at?
That might be something that I tend to do and not even think about it because I don't know what you mean. When you do it, do I walk forward?
No. What I'm saying is like, like you keep walking forward for me to do it at this range. Is it because you want me to be comfortable doing that at this range? Fireball.
I don't know why I'm doing it.
Okay.
I guess it's because I'm trying to get close enough so that you can see it. So hold on a second. Block and then try to hit a button here. See?
Okay. But you're.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, but no fireball needed.
Oops. I tried to hit the button. Too slow. There it is.
Oh my god, I'm literally just always too slow on this.
Yep. So all right. So I wrote down here like frame data. How much do you know about frame data?
I know a decent chunk. I know like this is +2 on block. This is -2 on block. I know that this is 6 frames. This is 6 frames. I know this is 8 frames, 10 frames, 17 frames.
Yeah. So there's like rules, right?
Yeah.
So if you're +2, that's a frame trap for a light attack, right? So for an example, if you block this, you can't hit a button there, right? Correct?
Yes.
there,
Because +2, and you're 5 frames for that.
Yep. So the same thing would be true for like this. I'm +2 there as well, right? But I'm closer. So if you try to hit a button here, you'll get thrown, right? So +2 is like you have to guess between a strike or throw. +2 is strong.
My experience with this is it gets perfect parried a lot.
Yeah. But then like.
But that tells you something.
Exactly. Everything, even if it doesn't work, you have to like. One thing that you were doing, like, during the set, I heard you were trying to, like, say, like, this is good, this is right, I should have done that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, even if you fail at something and, like, they perfect parry, it's still a gain. You gained information, right?
Yeah.
And you have to accept the fact that it's not going to work all the time. So, like, you're going to get perfect parried into that back throw, and now you're in the corner. It's like, that's part of the game, and like, you have to have a plan for when that happens, right? So it's like, even if they perfect parry, the light bulb should go, I'm gonna do it again, this time I'm gonna throw. So like, if you jump in and you see a person do that, exactly, I'm gonna start to throw you, right?
Those are the two situations that I'm starting to get even in my autopilot. Like if I do go for something like this and I get perfect parried, if it happens like twice, then I'll start going like this.
Yep.
And then
because that's strong too, because it takes a fifth of your health away, and it takes a bar away from you. So that's great.
Good. Okay.
But like there's certain light truths. So if you can find a way to be +2, like, it's good. So like, this is +2 on, oh no, that's +3 on block. This is +2 on block. This is +2. This I believe is +1. Yeah. Which +1 is still good because you can still
safe.
do like that, right? So it's like there are ideas that you should have based on if you're plus or not, or like how plus are you. So being +2 is super strong in this game. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of just doing this all the time, right? Because
you're plus
actually,
6, right?
Yeah. If you block this, like, you can't match there. In fact, if you block the first hit and you let go, you'll still block it.
Yeah,
It's frame tight.
Yeah,
right? So there's no mix. So instead, if you don't think a person's gonna hit a button, you shouldn't be doing this, right? You should be doing stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
Because if you know that they're not gonna hit a button, like, why would you go for the second hit then, right?
Yeah.
It's that, like there's no gain for it. Your goal should then go, he's not gonna hit a button here. How do I get him to hit a button, right? So you would do something like that, right?
What about this?
Because
I've seen this happening a lot. Not a lot, but I've seen this happen a few times.
Yeah. Yep.
Or like you do it twice, but then you hit it like that instead of going for a grab. Yeah.
Yep. So when you tend to walk closer to somebody, people usually think throw.
That's true.
Right? So whenever you think that a person might be like trying to block a throw, you walk up and then you do that, right? Yeah. It's hard to do because you have to time it right, but like, you'll know when a person wants to do it, and you caught me with it.
Yeah, I seen in a video somebody say that early on in sets you should get close to people and see how they react.
Yep.
And that's something that I've been trying to get into my game, but like I said, I'm scared. Like, I get this close to people and I usually get jabbed or, like you said, grabbed.
Yeah. So if they jab, the question is when did they jab? Why did they jab, right? And then
because they got close and then jab them faster next time.
Yeah. So it's like if you stand still a second, it's like if I stand here, you're not gonna jab me, right? Because you're too far away, right? You probably are gonna do this or that, right?
Yes.
So if I'm in this range here, that's what I'm going to look for. But if I'm here, right, I'm gonna start to try to stuff you because I want you to hit a button, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna try to do that from this far away. So like everything changes based upon where you are. Like, here is different, here is different, right? Here is different, here is different. You know what I mean? It's like, here I get hard kicked, right? Here I don't. You know what I mean? So it's like, you saw that. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play inside of this range here and just wait and see if he wants to do it. And then you would see me do things like, go ahead, do it. Like, this is me saying to you, like, I'm trying to get you to hit a button. You know what I mean?
There was a sequence where you would actually like hit me or counter hit me on stupid things like this, like 4 or 5 times in a row, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing?
That's exactly what I mean. It's like I started to feel your timing, right?
Yes.
And like, at that point, I could have just have done this, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you get into like a feel of how a person plays and such, and it's because I'm trying as much as I could to pay attention. That's why I play slow a bit, right? I have a long set. I want to get as much information as I could, which is why the first match, you're like, I want it, and then this is where it goes bad. It's like, no, but like, I'm not playing to win the first match. I'm trying to get information. In a first to 2, though, you kind of have to pick up things quicker, but you have to pick up smaller details. Like, a small thing that I like to do is that I'll walk up and you'll block, and then I'll walk forward again, and then you'll walk backwards, and then I hit you with this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But the way that I make you flinch is this. It's like, it's so small, right?
Yeah.
But like those things you pick up, and like you start to like learn how to fake a person. Like it's like a pump fake. But what I will say is drive rushing is not bad, right? I play a lot of Juris that are like higher ranked than me, and I'm like, one of these days I gotta sit down to solve this because I'm getting annoyed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm losing to drive rush, and their pressure accurate is strong, so it's not just that, right? So it's like,
you win. Perfect.